Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're just gonna do a basic wrap. I have a blank that I took down out of my shelf there, and I'm gonna wrap on a little fatter section of the blank down towards the butt. You know, just for practice. I'm using a D-size thread, which if you're a beginner, this is a really easy thread to work with. And we're just gonna start it up here. So basically, you know, you can see the tension. It's not a hard pull. It's like medium tension, I call it. We want to start. Now there's a couple ways you could start. Some people cross like this, and then bring this back over, and they keep wrapping the lead. Then they bring the carriage over, and then they pull the loop through. You know, when they get a couple wraps on it. But you know, you know, it's like putting on your sneakers every day. Everybody puts their sneakers or their shoes on the same way. I started on a table with the thread through a book. So, you know, I got used to doing my pinch off like this. So basically what I do is I just hold like that. So I got a little loop like that I pull off. I get it over the tag and I wrap. I like to start them by hand. Gives me a little bit more control where I want to start them on the blank. And then once I get a couple wraps on the tag, I'm just gonna pull it through. We're just gonna start it. Get a couple wraps on it, and then this will straighten it up. And then usually, you know, I have a mark. You mark on the blank where you're gonna set up your wrap. Measure it before you wrap it, and then you know where your placement is, and that's pretty much how I get it to where I want it, nice and clean. Make sure we're packed, straight. And then we'll cut the tag, the first tag. Get my foot on the pedal here. And then we're just gonna wrap. And we're gonna leave the thread back a little bit. You'll see there's a little bit of an angle that I have the carriage at. I have it a little bit behind the thread line. This will make it like line up nice and tight, and then we just put some thread on. And then we're gonna insert the tag. And then basically the tag, you know, when you're building a rod, you want to hide these pull-throughs or tags or whatever you want to call them. Get a good piece of thread here. We'll put it through like this. And then we're gonna wrap like another 1/8 to 3/16. When I do my pull through, I like to leave the loop at like 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Pull a little slack off, pinch it with my index finger, and I'm going to turn it up so you can see it through the loop. And then keep tension on it. Grab both of the pull wires. And pull that baby through. Okay, there you go. I have a set of magnifying glasses on my eyes, so I get down real tight and off it goes, and there's no bump. Sometimes if you pull out and you don't have something that's real sharp, or you have something to cut it tight, you'll get a little fray, and then, you know, when you coat the rod, you'll get like a little bump on the first coat, and then You could trim that bump down and put your second coat on and you should be thin, but it just saves you a little extra step. It's neater. We come along. Now there are burnishing tools I use. I like the tails of the flex coat brushes. I like this smooth. And I could do a little nice burnishing job. I make sure the threads are packed on both sides. And then I just make sure I'm good here. And that looks good. And that's how you do it. That's it, folks.